Hi guys, today we're taking a look at the Trackmaster Push Along Sodor Steamies pack. Now this is basically the same as the last release, just an updated packaging, and only Emily has a major update here. I want to say though, I love this Island of Sodor map on the back. You'll see where it even says Northwestern Railway there on the legend. And it just looks really cool, and I like this kind of cartoony style because it's something like an actual tourism place would make. It's not meant to be super realistic, it's meant to be more stylized. Anyway, here's the bottom of the box and the top. Now we're going to take a look at the engines. The first, of course, is Thomas, and this is just your standard push-along Thomas. They kind of look a little bit squished down, but his funnel's tall. It's very weird. All in all, though, it's not that great. Here's the top. And I will say I like the boiler bands on the engines. Alright, then here's Percy. Now, again, it's a little bit odd looking. It just doesn't look exactly like Percy. It does have some printing there, though, for the side, for those hinges. Here's the front of the engine. The other side, which is basically the same. And then the back. Here's a look at Percy from the top. You'll see it has the painted cold load there. And then here's the bottom of the engine. Next is Nia. Nia looks alright, but the cab on this one's taller, so I wish they would have done that with all the engines. It makes the engine look a little bit better. Here's the front, kind of plain there, but that's alright. Here's the other side. You'll also notice there's actually a little bit of an indent there where it kind of slopes toward the bottom of her cab. And here's the top. A lot of detail on this engine on the top. Kind of wish they would have made her in Adventures. And then here's the bottom. Now here's Gordon, of course, the big Proud Express engine. Looking a little bit small on this scale though, but we've come to expect that now. Here's the front of the engine. The other side. I don't like how the boiler bands just like stop in the middle. It looks kind of awkward. Here's the back of the engine, the top of the engine, and of course the bottom of the engine. Next here is James, and of course he is a splendid looking engine. Again though, with the boiler bands, I wish they would continue all the way down the side. We're just taking a quick look at these, because pretty much these have already been seen everywhere. You'll see the whistle detail on the top. That's one thing that I do like from this push-along range, is that printed whistle on this James model. Here's the bottom. And then here's Rebecca, and she has not seen any changes either, which, is come to expected. On the front though, she does have a painted headlamp, which is nice. Then the other side. One thing to note about all of these tenders is that they're assembled backwards, so the buffers are actually facing the engine instead of facing outwards. Next, here is Emily, the entire reason that I bought this pack, and it was only for that tender with the number 12. I love that. I wish this was included in more ranges. Hopefully we'll see it in Trackmaster, but who knows. But you can see there, though, it looks like a great detail. I also like the front of Emily. It's just the wheel. I wish that was a larger wheel there, or a false wheel or something, but all in all, I'm super happy that they've done this. Here's the other side and the bottom. Next is Victor, and again, it's kind of plain looking. It does have a lot more detail than I thought, though. What's kind of funny is that little black space there on Victor's side is actually where his wheels are supposed to be, so it just goes to show how out of scale this model really is. Next here is Kevin, and he's a nice detailed model, but at the same time, he's a little bit too big, and the crane arm doesn't move that much. I would have rather them just, left the crane arm still and put more money into making a better model of him, to be honest. Here's the back, the top, and the bottom. Alright, and last but not least is Harold the helicopter. Now, Harold is an interesting inclusion here. He was included in the last pack as well. He's a nice model, though, and he is actually based on the Take and Play mold, so it's the same exact mold from the Take and Play range. Propeller spin there, which is cool. All in all, though, the entire reason that I bought this pack was for the number 12 Emily, which leads us to an interesting question. Is this pack worth it? And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think so. Now, let me rephrase that. If you're starting to collect Trackmaster Push Along and by somehow or some way you don't already own the Sodor Steamies pack, or you don't own these characters, then I would say this is a good place to start. But if you already own this pack from the last iteration, I would probably just wait until Emily is produced in a single cell model with a number 12, which I do believe is coming. And that's just my personal opinion. It's just, I wish they would have updated or changed something else. Like, the number 12 is nice, but I don't think it justifies the extra $35 that this pack was. I believe it was $35. It might have been $25. I can't remember, but still, it just doesn't justify that price point. Anyway, though, I do want to say I'm glad that Fisher-Price went and made the number 12 Emily. I like that they gave her a number, in the show and also in the merch. I hope that more product ranges will continue to see that number 12. However, because it's so close to the end of the CGI era, I have a feeling that any CGI merch going forward with Emily probably is not going to have that number 12 because it just happened so close to the end they're already scrapping it. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see y'all again very soon. Bye for now.